The 12 best ways to generate higher quality leads as a real estate agent. The biggest complaint, hands down, I hear from realtors is that the leads are terrible, the lead quality is awful. So what I'm gonna do is show you how to actually manipulate that, how to flip it by changing a few small details. Now I'm gonna start off by going over some really simple, easy things you can do and move up more towards intermediate and advanced things that you can do to really manipulate the quality of leads that you're actually getting. So if you wanna start getting buyers and sellers who are actually ready to make a move as soon as possible, you need to watch this video. So let's dive in. So first of all, using landing pages plus a proper funnel. So what a lot of agents do is wherever you may be getting traffic from, and by the way, you can apply any of these techniques I'm going to show you. They apply to organic, they apply to paid traffic, retargeting. I'm going to break them all down, but they do apply for every single one. So you can use these for whatever method you use primarily, but I do recommend having an ecosystem and using multiple platforms, using a multi-channel approach. So first of all though, landing pages in a proper funnel. So rather what I see a lot of agents do, the biggest thing I see agents do is they get this traffic, which is great. They generate the eyeballs, they generate the clicks, the views, but they send it all to a website that's just not at all optimized for conversions. There's so many places to click around on. It's not at all optimized for someone actually putting in their information. It's more of like an information overload. They think that the more these people are going to see, the more they're going to trust me. Yeah, if you're like Ryan Serhant and you have a huge brand and you've built up that trust where they're just going to go scroll and read and then book on your calendar, but that's not the case unless you're Ryan Serhant, right? So you need a way to systematically create a process. You're manufacturing a specific set of actions that you want this person to take to become a lead and to enter your funnel. It's all about focusing on the conversion. So what happens as an example is you get someone coming in from your YouTube. You send them to a landing page where they maybe opt in to get a free guide or a free resource. They opt in and then you have automations going out. Now they're in your funnel. And after 7 days, maybe you send out a video, a VSL that's focused on getting them to convert. And that is focused on getting them to go book a call. And see, it's all systematically mapped out already. And the only way you can do that is by having a funnel in place where it's step 1, step 2, step 3, and you map out all of the actions that someone needs to take in order to enter your funnel. Whereas if you don't do this, you're just going to miss out on so many opportunities, but also there's just too much information where people end up just reading nothing as opposed to going through like a simple landing page where they still consume some stuff. So that's the first part, is always use a landing page plus a proper funnel. In some softwares you can do this on. What I use is Go High Level. You can use, there's plenty others out there, but just find something where you're actually able to create a proper funnel or landing page. Now the second one is video beats images 10 out of 10 times, especially in today's day and age. Now, what I mean by video, I'm not saying go out on TikTok, go and do some crazy dances to get millions of views, because like for me, that's just not the type of person I am. But also, no one cares even if you get 10 million views. I speak with agents who get 9, 10, 11 million views on a video and they don't get a single call from it. It's because none of their videos have anything to do with real estate or anything to do with the conversion process. So think about all these images you're posting. What value are you trying to convey? Oh, if you're showing the production you did last month, you're showing, hey, you're a top producer, why not just make a quick video? Hey guys, it's just Noah here. Just quick update for you. I was actually named a top producer last month after doing XYZ in volume. It just builds so much more trust. So think about, instead of posting an image, how can I convey this? What am I trying to convey by putting this image out? And if you ask yourself and you say, oh, there's no point of putting this image out, then why are you even posting it? I'm telling you right now, that hurts your brand more than it helps. But having videos out there where people can go to your page, they see, hey, you're a real person. This is a real person who actually makes content. That's how you really build that trust and get people reaching out to you down the line. Because in real estate, what happens is when someone doesn't want to sell now, a lot of agents, they just go on with their thing, with their life. They post here and there, but a lot of times they post just generic stuff. They hire someone to go post this really generic copy paste looking stuff, and where you're nowhere in the videos or on any of the posts. So these people who you originally were in your funnel, they just forget about you because they don't see you anywhere. Whereas if you're posting videos, even if it's 1 or 2 a week, they're still seeing you over and over. They're hearing your voice, which is the most important part. You need to hit all the aspects. You need to hit the eyesight, and you need them to see. You need them to see and hear you. That's how you build trust, and then ideally provide some sort of value as well, where they can kind of resonate and get value from you. So by the time they do come through, they want to sell their home. Who do you think they're going to go with? The person they've been seeing and hearing over and over, who's been providing value. So that's the second part. The second thing you can do is videos over images 10 out of 10 times. It goes with ads as well. If you're running Facebook ads, stop running image ads. That's why your lead quality is so bad. Use videos. And that's why I fully recommend going to YouTube as well. I'm going to show you with the targeting and all that. But just videos beats images 10 out of 10 times on every single aspect nowadays. For lead quality, just nurturing people, all of it. Now, the third thing you can do is have a specific lead magnet for your ICP. Now, so this might be confusing to some of you. What a lead magnet is a way to get these people through. It's a way to get their information. So what I said earlier, offer some sort of guide, offer some sort of video training to get these people to click through to put in their information. That's why, like on a lot of ads, you hear people offering a free home valuation. That's a lead magnet. You're offering them something to want to speak with you or to put in their information. Same thing with like a free list of homes. But a lot of times those are very oversaturated. Every other agent does those. So what you need to do is create something specific targeted towards your ICP. Now, what is an ICP? It's an ideal customer profile. So who does your ideal customer look like? Say you work with mainly downsizers, mainly seniors, right? So your ICP is a senior looking to downsize. So you can create a lead magnet focus on downsizers specifically, right? So create something, the ultimate guide to downsizing, 7 simple steps to downsizing your home. Think about how much more trust that's going to build than if you're just saying, oh, see what your home's worth, right? It's just so much broader. An analogy I always like to use is if you have really, really bad pain in your hip, and you see 2 different commercials. The first commercial is saying, "Hey, if you're feeling pain anywhere on your body right now in the last 7 days, this is for you. This is gonna really help you. Here's people who fix it in their stomach, in their gut, in their leg." Or then you see this other commercial. Hey, if you're feeling a sharp pain in your hip whenever you twist, then you're gonna want to see this. And we have this new thing for you. Think about it, the more specific you get, the more they feel like they're special and you're speaking directly to them. When you end up trying to speak to everybody, like a free list of homes, you end up speaking to nobody. So get super specific on who you're actually targeting and create something that's valuable enough for them to put in their information. And that's how you get a higher quality lead, just by tweaking that little small thing, even just changing the name of what you're offering. So instead of even just a free list of homes or home valuation, a free home valuation for downsizers, even just specifying it a little more can go a really long way. The fourth thing you can do is have an organic presence. Now, this isn't going to directly, you for sure will still get inbound calls if you do it long enough. Not everyone does, but also just with it, when they book on your calendar, when you get a referral, if they go and look at your social media and you have literally nothing on there, you have no presence, you're basically a ghost, then the trust is automatically going to go down. But if they hear about you, they go look you up and they see, oh, this realtor's in the community, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're posting on Instagram, on YouTube, they're doing all of it. That's going to build so much more trust. And even though it was a referral, even though the person already heard of you, that when they go to look you up, it confirms what they've heard, it confirms their trust, and the odds are probably 99.9% of the time that person's going to go with you. Same thing with ads. If you're running ads, agents who have those organic brands who are posting on YouTube, Instagram, whatever it may be, your cost per results, your cost per acquisition is going to be lower just because of the brand you already have. And that just makes everything in your business cheaper. And that's as well what I'm trying to do with this, right? With just having an organic brand, I see the value, I practice what I preach. I'm doing exactly that because I've seen the effect of it. It just helps so much just being a well-rounded businessman, businesswoman, but also just having a personal brand in general. Whatever you do, you're going to have this following you, and you're going to have a cult of people who already know, like, and trust you that you can tap into at any time, which is the power of having an organic presence. It makes everything cheaper. So I recommend, if you don't have one now, just start posting. Now, the fifth one in the beginner side of things to improve lead quality is just call the leads yourself once you get them in, right? I know a lot of people, if you're a big agent, then that's like an exception. If you physically can't, then you can have a VA or an ISA. But what a lot of these companies do is they bring on ISAs for you and they call the leads. It's great for filtering them out, but you also miss out on a lot of that personal branded aspect. But also, these ISAs are not going to be even near as good as you as the agent. And if you're doing video, if you're doing it correctly, you're running specific ads, you're running specific messaging, if anyone calls them but you, they're going to be like, who are you? Why are you calling me? Because they were expecting the person on video, which should be you, to be the one calling them. So if you hire someone to do it, outsource it, it's not going to have the same effect, and it's not going to directly improve the quality of this person, but it's going to improve the intent. It's going to make them trust you a lot more, and therefore the conversion rate is going to be much higher. Now, getting into the more intermediate ones. 6 is add pre-qualifying questions on the front end. Add more friction before someone can opt in. So a simple example is if someone clicks on your ad and they go through to the page, rather than just getting their name, email, number, why not ask, hey, what's your address? What's your timeline to sell? Any stuff like that. The more questions you ask, the more friction you add on the front end for someone to actually come through and become a lead, the less leads are going to come through because they're going to have more intent. If someone goes through a whole survey answering those questions, think about how much more intent they have than someone who just put in their name, number, and information in email, right? So that's one thing you can do is just add that. The cost per lead will go higher. That's one thing to note. The quantity will go down, but the quality is going to be much higher. That's one of the simplest things you can do if you are running ads to improve the quality. Number 7 is no generic videos or images. It's all custom and branded. Now, I talked about already, videos are way better than images, but now it needs to all be custom and branded. So you need to be the one in the video, right? It can't just be something generic. It also can't be, hey, if you're thinking of buying or selling a home, give me a call. That's what every single agent does. If you position yourself like all these other agents, that's what the homeowner will do too. They're going to position you like all the other agents. A big thing I hear from agents is, oh, I don't know how advertising is going to work because people already know 3 or 4 agents. Yeah, that's 100% true. But those 3 or 4 agents that they know, this person's cousin probably did 2 deals last year, right? People want to, their biggest investment in their life is their house for most people. And they want someone who they can trust, who they know is going to do a great job for them. And the way you do that is by standing out, positioning yourself as someone who provides a great service, not positioning yourself like all these other realtors. Because the second you start positioning yourself, running the same ads, the same videos, the same images as these other realtors, is the second you lose your advantage on them, because you're automatically in the pool right here. And the realtors who are doing their own thing out here are going to be the ones getting your business and taking the business from you, quite literally. So everything you do should be custom, should be branded. I'm not saying you need to have new perfect ideas, like generational ideas for every single thing you post, but just take stuff and put twists on it. Don't just do the simple generic stuff that every agent's running. If most realtors are doing it, there's a good chance it probably doesn't work anymore. It's not as effective. That's just the way the industry is. It's usually the people who stand out, like these big team leaders I speak with, these big top producers. It's because they have a system in place that they found works for them. That's pretty unique compared to what else is out there in the market. So that's number 7. Stop doing generic stuff and start making custom branded stuff. Number 8 is highlight your social proof and testimonial ads. And I'm not talking about just like it's better than nothing posting an image of like a testimonial, but again, videos are going to beat images every day of the week. If you can have a bottom of funnel infrastructure in place, meaning bottom of funnel videos, if you want to check out my last video, I break it down. If you do have a YouTube channel, that's going to be extremely helpful on how you can get more listings from that. But bottom of funnel content is content focused on conversions. And if you have these testimonials, social proof, you have so much proof that it seems almost impossible that this wouldn't work for them. That's how you really start getting conversions, get higher quality people. And even if someone comes in from your ad, if they see all of these testimonials, all this social proof on your organic channel, on your Instagram, they're going to already trust you so much more, because they're like, oh, what John does, what Sally does is already working for all these other people exactly like me. And that's how you can create that process that's basically converting for you. It's basically like a 24/7 salesperson, because your clients are the ones doing the selling for you. And that's an easy way that you can leverage your time, leverage your past results if you have a good track record. Number 9, the last one in the intermediate phase, is using video to nurture on the back end. So once a lead comes in, that's great. That's the easy part. Now the harder part is real estate's all relationship based. The more times they see you, they hear you, the better. So take a big pool of your organic content, take a big pool of videos you have on what you think is valuable, mainly stuff providing value to these people. So it can be market updates, anything along those lines, steps to increase the value of your home, to up the curb appeal before you sell. Find those valuable videos and create a sequence where you're constantly nurturing them. Now, you can for sure have like a long-term email drip, but I would 100% say make the point of those emails to send out videos. Video is king in today's day and age when we're in a trust recession, and you need to provide video, you need to provide value to stand out from these people. So leverage the video you already have and use it on the back end to nurture these people. What I recommend doing is creating a VSL, stands for video sales letter, on your unique mechanism as a realtor. What makes you different from the realtor across the street? And if you can't answer that, that's probably why you're not doing a crazy amount of production, right? All the agents that I've found are doing really well have a unique selling proposition. Whether it's, hey, we have a system for listing your home, we have this unique thing, right? So create basically a deck going through it, highlighting what makes you different from all the other realtors, and just do a voiceover going through that. And that's it's basically a 24/7 salesperson for you. And you can, of course, in there go through social proof, testimonials. But this is basically going to be a salesperson that runs for you automatically. And if you send it out to everyone before they get on calls with you, when they opt in to become a lead, it does the selling for you, it does the warming up. And this is something I do with all my clients, and it's had exponential impact on the quality, on the results we get. So now that we have those out of the way, we're going to get into the last ones and more advanced ones. So now breaking it down super detailed is the targeting. So there's a couple different targeting you can do. There's like Facebook and Instagram, which is all interest-based targeting. That's just people scrolling around on their phone, on their computer, and they see your ad, and it's all interruption marketing, which is what it is. That's why people click on it. They don't know who you are. They're not actually looking to buy or sell. Whereas the other side of things is intent-based, the Google and YouTube ecosystem. What intent-based means is it's someone actually in the market to buy or sell. Now you have to identify your ICP, who's my ideal customer profile, who do I want to bring in? If you're bringing in buyers, you're going to focus on buyer targeting. If we do sellers, which we'll talk about for this example, because that's what I primarily do, I find most agents want sellers. What we're going to do is only focus on homeowners who are actually looking up on Google, on YouTube, on these search engines, how to sell my home fast, realtors near me, how to find a home near me, homes for sale near me, anything like that where this person's in the market to actually sell their home based on what they're actually looking up on Google, on YouTube, as opposed to someone just scrolling around on their phone. And I'm telling you right now, if you want intent-based targeting, you need to go the Google or the YouTube route. And then again, if you do want video as well, YouTube's the way to go. That's what I found the best success with. I've done all of them in the past. Now, number 11 is target warm audiences. Do some retargeting. What retargeting is a quick analogy or a quick example. This might resonate with you guys more. Help me explain it. If you ever go on like Nike as an example, click on a pair of shoes, and all of a sudden for the next month, all you see is Nike ads literally everywhere you go. And they're like, oh, they must be following me around. It's the same thing that you can do, that we have the advantage to use as advertisers, is retargeting. So anyone who's in your database, you can upload your current database and just target those people specifically, where then they're seeing you over again. And that's the cheapest form of advertising you could do, because it's just a small list of people. What you can also do is anyone who interacts with your social media profiles, you can retarget those people specifically, where they come into your content system once, they look you up once, they click on your website once, they interact with your social media post once, and all of a sudden you're the realtor who's literally everywhere, omnipresent. You can integrate all of the platforms, all the channels, which is something that I do with a couple of top agents. Is we have an all-in-one marketing approach where we take every single platform and create basically an ecosystem where someone enters one platform, all of a sudden you're going to be everywhere: Google, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of that. And that's the lowest hanging fruit you can use, because these are people who are already familiar with you. You just need to have videos, you need to have content to take advantage of that and focus on bringing them in and monetizing your audience. Because it doesn't matter how many views you have, how many people you have in your database. It matters how many of those you're actually able to convert into clients, right? And the way you do that is by staying top of mind and having a systematic approach to be literally everywhere. Now, the last one that I want to go over is run geo-targeted campaigns. So you need to be geo-targeting everything if you do want to have the biggest impact possible. What you can do on a lot of these platforms is target like radiuses, like on Facebook, you target a minimum like 15-mile radius around an area. Now that's great, but a lot of people want to focus on specific neighborhoods or cities and saturate those ones specifically. Whereas like on Google and YouTube, you can focus on neighborhoods, cities, zip codes, and counties, and you can geo-target it super specifically based on the areas you want. That's why I speak with agents that are on like the American Dream TV, right? It shows that it goes out to all these people in a huge area. I spoke with one the other day. They're spending like $4 or $5 a month on that. It was something crazy. I don't know the exact number, but they've been doing it for 6 months. Haven't got a single call from it. It's because they're the market they're reaching. There's so many people. It's not in a specific area, but also it's not focused on conversions. That's beside the point. But you would rather saturate a really small area rather than trying to go broad on like national television, especially as a real estate agent when it's all hyper localized. Why would you want to target somewhere outside of your target market? So focus on those specific areas and run campaigns to those specifically. Now that's all 12 ways that you can do to improve lead quality. I will say, I'll give you a cheat code based on all these. The way you can do this is with YouTube ads, using all of that with video, geo-targeting, only focusing on the serious homeowners in your market. If you do want to learn more about that, I do have a full 3-hour training on YouTube ads. If you want to check that out, comment below. Otherwise, check the description. I have so many videos on my channel about it. If you do want more content like this, just click the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.